Hey, so look who it is. Where were you last week?
Not here.
Oh, well then. It's EVGA Weekly. I'm Peter. This is Jacob.
Hello.
We're here for games, news, giveaways, the whole shebang. Also, don't forget to set your clocks because this is a very important day. We're going till 4:30 today.
Yes.
An extra 30 minutes.
4:30 a.m.
Yes. What? No, we're going an extra 30 minutes today. We've got a jam-packed show. We got a lot of stuff, so let's just get right into it.
Yeah, so it's still Halloween here.
It is
so let's
still
just
Halloween.
pretend it's still October 31st. So.
Yeah, somebody give that guy the memo. It's right behind you, Jacob. Take a look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Just get out of the way. Poor
Oh,
guy.
boy.
He's all trick-or-treated out. Look at that guy.
So today we have a pretty fun show. So we have some news to talk about. Actually, some stuff has happened
Oh, really?
recently. And then we are going to play a game called GTFO, which, as we all know, stands for Get the Front.
Get the front door out of here.
Get the Fargield.
Get the Fargield out. So you weren't here last week, and I did a solo show. It was just one of those days, as you guys would know. And behind me, I had kind of like as a joke this big burning wildfire behind me because California was currently on fire.
Yeah.
And incidentally, just what was it? 2 days ago? 2 days ago. The freeway right by our office just lit ablaze, and the traffic was insane.
Yep.
So, I predicted it. I'm not saying I'm Nostradamus, but is this going to happen too? Is this a look into our future, getting trick-or-treated out over there in the corner?
Yes.
I mean, it might. Who knows?
So, in addition to playing some of the GTFO Alpha, we are actually going to be playing with some of the developers of the game, which is pretty cool. So
yeah, looking forward to that.
Pretty excited about that. It is not GTFO is not out yet, but it is in alpha. And on top of that, we do have some giveaways to talk about as well. So first thing we're going to do is we do have a giveaway for an X299 micro motherboard.
See, now I have one actually this week. We were going to give away an X299 micro last week, but I didn't have one in the room, so I had to do like this Ghost Spectre thing. Now I actually have one. Nice. Here it is. I hope you guys aren't disappointed. It's the X299 micro motherboard. Jacob, tell us a little bit about this thing.
Yeah, so this is I think didn't we give this away the week before?
I have no idea.
This is the X299 platform, micro ATX, so small form factor. Some new CPUs coming out for this platform, the 10 series 10980 XE CPU. Really good price to performance value compared to previous gen. And this is better performance as well.
This has the ATX form factor, so keep that in mind.
ATX,
micro ATX, so keep that in mind for your builds.
Still has a lot of the overclocking features. On top of that, we're going to have a second giveaway for GTFO Alpha codes. And so we have 4 of those. And everyone who gets the GTFO Alpha code will get an EVGA CLC cooler as well. So
now we are all winners today. We are all winners today. So
the alpha is running from now until Sunday. So yeah, that should be cool.
And we will have the developers playing with us today. So Jacob, I'll leave you to take the controls and do us well. I'll be reading.
Somebody said I'm going to be very scared, so
don't worry, I'll be here with you. So yeah, I'll be reading out your questions. If you guys have any questions for the developers, just let me know. I'll pass that along.
Yep.
Yeah, so
we'll try to answer questions while we are trying to
not
be killed.
I am looking forward to this game. Everyone is saying that it's really scary, and I myself, I'm a horror junkie. I love horror games. So if this game ain't the bee's knees when it comes to scares and the spooks, well, I'll have words with these developers. We'll have words. But speaking of words, what else we got going on?
Let's see. What else do we have? So we do have something extremely scary on this desk.
Oh, wow. Oh.
The scariest thing on this desk.
By far. Why do we leave that in this room? Yeah, that cursed item.
We'll leave that. I think this is did we figure out if this expires? Best before May 20th. But we don't know what year.
We don't know what the year is. They don't even bother. Just don't eat it during May 20th. Wait till May 21st.
So I guess should we just get to some of the goods?
The goods, the news is up to you.
Yeah. All right. So let's switch.
Okay, Peter, ask them this question: is there a new Predator in the game? They want to make a scary game, not a boring game.
Which one are we doing? This one. That looks like a good one to do.
All right. So it's the GTX 16 Super cards. And Jacob, what makes these cards so super?
They are super performance.
Ah, that makes sense.
I'm not sure if that's what it actually means. But actually what this card is it's a GTX. It's very similar to the previous 1660 series. However, it has faster memory on it. And it supports the NVENC encoding for streaming, which actually we use on this very stream here.
Yeah, so take a look. Well, you can't see it now. We changed our scene, but...
Well, for here we use a green screen, but if you have the if you have the NVENC encoder, you can use some pretty unique and cool features. But we do use NVENC encoding in OBS, which actually lowers our CPU utilization quite a bit. And so it's cool. Used to be like our CPU was maxed at like during this stream like 60-70%.
Oh yeah, I
at
remember.
60 frames per second, and now I'm looking at it now.
Days.
Now it's 3% with NVENC.
So
it actually makes a pretty
dark days.
So the 1660 Super is available now. It's starts at $229.
Yeah,
so it's actually a pretty good value. It's pretty close in performance to a 1660 Ti actually. And we only have one model, believe it or not, available today. And it's this one here. It's a dual fan model. It's called the 1660 Super SC. And it has a backplate, which is pretty cool to see on a $229 graphics card as well.
It certainly is.
There's plenty of reviews out there, so make sure to check it out. And yeah, this card can certainly do 1080p 60 frames per second on most games, I would say.
I like this question. From Periscope user, what elements makes a horror game immersive compared to movies? Which one's working? I don't know about that second part, but I think that the reason why horror games are better than horror movies is because you control the character in the game, which makes you feel like you've got more skin in the game, as it were. Like the scary stuff that happens in a horror game, you're controlling it, so it kind of feels indirectly like it's happening to you, as opposed to a movie where you're just kind of like strapped in and you're in. So
take that up a notch to a VR horror game.
Yeah,
and that is something you definitely do not want to experience.
And I'm waiting for these VR horror games to just scare the pants off me. Like one of the neat things was on my VR headset.
Really quick, somebody said how many. There's a couple questions. So how many slots? So it's a dual slot graphics card. $229. Can do 1440p at 75 frames. Yeah, it depends on the game. It doesn't have all the RTX features, but what it does give you is pretty great performance at a pretty great price point.
Twitch user CharmXD says backplate equals 10 more FPS. That doesn't sound right, but I'll believe it.
Sounds about right.
I'll believe it.
And pinstripes also.
Oh well, that's just that.
Frames per second.
Well, only red pinstripes. Don't.
And spoilers.
Don't let those people outside the industry try to steer you wrong with that. But yeah, we were talking about horror movies and what makes it, why horror games are scarier than horror movies, and it's because you're actually controlling it. Now, the problem that I have is because I play so many horror games that I've become numb to the feeling of controlling a character, and that their death is an extension of harm to me. Yeah, because once you kill Super Mario 10 million times, it doesn't affect you.
There's not too many really horror first-person games, right? I mean, there's plenty of third-person games like the Silent Hill, Resident Evil, those. But is there really that many first-person?
Well, there's Fear, and that's probably the most famous one.
Fear,
I feel, the Amnesia series, which I think if I didn't play a ton of horror games in the past, I think Amnesia would have been a lot scarier to me. But because by the time I actually got to Amnesia, I was very numb to horror games, it didn't really do it for me. Eventually, you stop seeing monsters and you start seeing AI pathing. You know what I mean? Like you're sitting behind a desk and you're hiding from the creature, and you're not waiting for the creature to walk away. Instead, you're waiting for the AI to finish its animation, turn around, go on its path, and then just run. It happens. All you can do is either wait for the next big horror game innovation, or just take a break.
Coalition said, if there is no expiration date